New York Jets, you've got Rodgers back, and they're in that 9.5. That 9.5 bucket. 9.5 was the same as the Dolphins and same as the Texans, if I remember. So again, that's we'll call it third tier of the AFC. The market has the Jets at 9.5, a tick below the Ravens, Bengals, and the Bills.
Yeah. Generally, there's folly to just sort of looking at last year's team and saying they're the same with this one key change. But, the Jets won 7 games effectively last season with the worst quarterback situation in the NFL. Rodgers comes onto a team that is broadly similar. I mean, obviously they've made some changes. There's been roster turnover. There's blah, blah, blah. Broadly similar to that, where they've lost players or created a bigger weakness than a year ago. I think they've offset that by improving weak areas like the offensive line. So Rodgers steps onto a team that's broadly similar to last year's. That should be worth more than 3 wins, honestly. Like the difference between Zach Wilson and Aaron Rodgers, even with the unknown of what exactly Rodgers is at 40 years of age, coming off an Achilles injury, it has to be worth more than 3 wins to me. So, look, I've said a year ago, with Rodgers there healthy, this was a Super Bowl contending team. I think it's still a Super Bowl contending team with any version of Aaron Rodgers that looks functional, right? Like if he can move, if he comes back and he's not obviously limping down to down, I feel like any version of Rodgers puts this team above 10 wins and genuinely contending for the postseason or for the playoffs.
All right, so we're going to assume health for Aaron Rodgers. I'll also go the over. I guess my counterpoint to just look at last year is the last time we saw Aaron Rodgers as a full-time starter, the Packers won 8 games. Now, it's a different roster, Packers versus the Jets. I'll take the over for the Jets, but all of it hinges on the old guys, right? It's Rodgers staying healthy. It's Tyron Smith staying healthy. It's Mike Williams staying healthy. And as I've said on other shows, it's the defense, which has been excellent, right? Among the league's best over the last 2 years, staying at that same level. Yes, on paper, it looks comparable. You still have Sauce Gardner on the back end. You still have a slew of pass rushers. All of those things remain, but it is difficult to put up that same level of defensive production year over year. But I'll bank on it. I think the Jets, they should be over the 9.5. And after all of the drama, all of the injuries, all of the stuff going on the last couple of years, the Jets finally get over the hump and become a very competitive team here in 2024.
And that's the thing, right? Like even if Rodgers plays like he did that final season, I feel like that is enough for this team to be double-digit wins. And
I agree. So that was an easy one, I think. We'll take the over for the Jets.